It's funny because I was sitting up in here and like it's like every time I'm starting to work, these people be hitting me with these frequencies or whatever. I'm just sitting here like, why y'all want me to have a job? Like, what's going on? Like, I told y'all, everything about being over here is really, really like some back in the day stuff. Like, I feel like when I leave this area, I'm in 2023. When I come back in this area, I'm back in 95, 96. Remember back in the day when black people didn't work? I'm talking about like, y'all remember that. If you grew up black, you'll remember that. When like most of the time, all of us stayed in the projects. You know what I'm saying? And there were some people, most people that I grew up with grew up in the projects. I grew up in the projects. Grew up in the projects. Most of the women was home all through the day. Everybody collected a welfare check or was hustling in some kind of way. And they didn't have no job. Like for the most part, like I really feel like black people didn't really start working on a regular basis until I started to get older and like moved through the 2000s and stuff like that. That's when people started working. You know what I mean? My parents always worked. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like off and on, they always worked. Especially my dad. My dad always had a job doing something. But yeah, like for the most part, people mother was home in the middle of the day and stuff like that. So just getting a job was like a big feat for people. Like you know what I mean? Let alone going to college, getting a good job. Like if you worked at the Dunkin' Donuts, you was doing something because it was like wasn't nobody working. People was literally just living off checks, especially in the South. And people was living off checks and you know what I mean, hustling. People was always home. People's mamas was always at the house. Whenever you came in the house, somebody's house, you seen their mama because their mama was home in the middle of the day because people did not work. You know what I mean? And things was cheaper then, so you could get that off. But like, I come up like these people feel like that's supposed to still be the case. Like, if you work a job, it's like, wow, you know what I mean? Like, oh my god, because most people over here collecting checks. They home all throughout the day. I'm talking about gang stalking aside. They home all throughout the day. You don't never see their car move. They here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, darn, you have that big of a problem with me working, like. But it's not that. It's not that they have a problem with me working. They're gang stalkers. But anyway, long story short, I heard this lady say, "Oh yeah, y'all, you're our little experiment." So I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, like, why do people do experiments? You know what I mean? Like, how they had in science class where you come up with the cause and the effect of something before you start an experiment. You're gonna go up with the cause, and then you're gonna come up with the effect. And there's a word that there's for it, but it starts with an H, but I can't think about it right now. And I'm thinking to myself, if you're experimenting on me, why do you feel like people do experiments? Because eventually they feel like they're going to use this on somebody. And if they're going to use this on somebody, who do you feel like they eventually going to use this stuff on? I'll wait. Okay, I'll wait. You goofy. So you sitting here playing with me with these little experiments and stuff. So I mean, when all the targeted individuals die, when we either kill ourselves, right? Ain't that what the whole point is? Because I'm not doing that. B, or get killed, which they say that's what they're gonna do, which eventually they probably gonna do. We seen the martyrs in the Bible. Martyrs in the Bible got killed. That's what happened. So eventually, who you feel like they're gonna be doing these experiments on? Who they gonna be using this stuff on that they using for y'all to experiment with? You goofy. Like so you're sitting here, you're helping these people get ready to kill you. You understand what I'm saying? And you're helping these people get ready to do all this same stuff to you because you're broke. You don't have no money. The only people that's really about to get ready to get somewhere is people that got some money. You don't have any money. You understand what I'm saying? Which is probably why you scrambling and scraping right now because you ain't got no money. You ain't got no money. You don't have no underground bunker. You know what I mean? When they already starting a war in Israel. You know what I mean? Like either you're dumb or you're just really, really dumb. So when stuff hit the fan, all this stuff is gonna be turned back around on you. You understand what I'm saying? And it's just like, well, long story short, I may pass away. I may not make it, whatever, whatever. But at least I know I didn't contribute to my own demise. Like the worst thing you can do is to help somebody hurt you. And that's dumb as all get out. You know what I mean? Like that's just stupid. So at least I can die peacefully knowing that I didn't have anything to do with the bad things that happened to me. that you are going to have everything to do with the bad things that happen to you. Like, these people really think that we're in the way. Like, they think targeted individual people are in the way. They think that once we die off, once we get killed, once whatever happened to us, then they're going to go live back the way everything was. Everything going to go back to the way it used to be. It's never going to go back to the way it used to be. Those days are over with. This is your new reality, and things are going to only get worse, not better. Stupid.